Prisoners in movies are jacked, and even in real life, guys that come out of jail look insanely big. Take Kali Muscle, for instance, or even Mike Tyson.
Dude, he was prison jacked. That was like maybe the scariest Tyson ever.
You might think they get so big because they are always lifting iron. But unlike Hollywood movies, most prisons don't have fancy gyms or even weights, since people could use them to smash each other's heads. Plus, prisoners don't have access to protein shakes, creatine, or amino acids. All they're served is high-carb, low-quality protein meals.
Full of sodium. Full of sodium.
Yeah, they're in better shape than many of our favorite gym influencers, even those on gear. And because of this, people believe that prisoners are smuggling steroids into prisons.
What? What are they eating in prison? Do they add some special sauce to their meals?
Is that really the case? Or how do guys bulk up so much in prison? Inmates have ways to smuggle drugs into jail. They often bribe prison guards to bring in all sorts of illegal substances and then turn it into a business.
We had a lot of in prison, and some guys had hookups that were so good they could do custom orders. Somebody could come to them and say, hey, I want this much of this, and the next week they would get it in.
But what about steroids? You know, if inmates can sneak in drugs, definitely sneak in steroids too. But here's the thing, most prisoners can't even afford steroids, and it seems like steroids don't bring in much cash flow in jail.
I only ever saw one guy get in steroids because there was no way to really make money off it. It wasn't like you could profit from.
So there must be another explanation. You've probably heard a bunch of fitness influencers say you gotta lift heavy to bulk up, and that if you stick to light weights with tons of reps, you'll just get stronger without getting bigger. But that's not entirely true, especially since most prisoners don't have fancy gym gear. All they've got is their own body weight and a whole lot of free time.
Most of the guys in there are just strictly they're buffing off a natural. You know, they're doing 100 rep sets of pull-ups, dips, whatever the case may be. They're just doing a lot of reps.
You can build muscle in various ways, not just with heavy weights and low reps. Plus, prisoners have discovered ways to maximize their workouts. They do headstand push-ups to work their shoulders. They get creative using all sorts of items and even clothing as makeshift weights. And they even lift their fellow inmates. But what about their macros? Can you get this big without supplements or gear?
There's no readily available shot of testosterone or whatever pill that they have. It's all about oatmeal, powdered milk, peanut butter.
Apparently, you don't really need expensive protein shakes or even steaks to get jacked. All you need is to eat a lot of food.
No. In prison, you work out strictly off of canned tuna, canned chili, beef stick, top ramen, rice, whatever you can get your hands on.
Yep, believe it or not, you can bulk up eating ramen, tuna, and mayo, as long as you keep hitting those workouts consistently. But of course, you've got to work out like crazy, or you might end up looking like Nikocado Avocado.